Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I am going to tell you if Gran Turismo Sport is worth buying in 2020. So, is Gran Turismo Sport really worth buying in 2020? I will be talking about 5 different topics today that I think it is still going strong, but I also will be talking about a few negative points as well, just so you can get a flavour of both sides of the story. The first topic I will be talking about is player base. So Gran Turismo is an older game now, it's from 2017, so it's been a few years since the release of the game. And the player base is one of the most important things about online racing. And the player base is still going strong. There's lots of drivers, lots of players every single day logging into Gran Turismo to take part in the daily races, the Nations Cup, the manufacturing series, and sometimes they do go into campaign modes too. So the player base is still high, you have no problems getting into a lobby. I've been playing this for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I've had no problems at all joining any lobbies. So don't worry about the player base is still here. You do also have lots of different options, which I will be talking about later on in the video. Even for online servers, you can join any random lobby you want, and they are still going strong too. So don't worry too much about the player base is still there. So if that was impacting your decision on buying the game, then don't let it. The second topic I will be talking about is new content. Gran Turismo is one of the best games at releasing new content for free. So Gran Turismo has a good system that all the DLC, all the new tracks, all the new cars, all the new events get released into the game for free. So all you have to do is download the latest updates and you will get all the new content. This makes the game easier to play. The game will never die off because there's lots of stuff being added to the game, which does make it more enjoyable. There's always a new challenge, there's always a new track to master, there's always a new car to master too. So you'll never get bored of the game. Even if you've done all the tracks, you will expect more tracks and more cars in the future. Just before I get into point 4, and this will be the second last point of the video, but please just hit that subscribe button if you do like what you see, and also please hit the big thumbs up button too. That will really help the channel grow, and I'll be able to make more videos in the future. So the next point I will be talking about is daily races. Daily races are one of the go-to things on Gran Turismo. Most people jump onto the game and head straight to the daily races. So the daily races, if you don't know already, are 3 races which are weekly. It used to be daily, that's why it says daily, but it's weekly now. And you have 3 races: Race A, Race B, and Race C. Usually in Race A, you have slower cars, usually one-make cars, and usually quite a small track, which is quite fast to finish, roughly 4 laps usually. So that's Race A. Race B, you do move on to the faster cars, the more popular tracks. So for example, you normally get GR4 cars in daily Race B, and you do you are able to race around lots of different tracks, which is pretty cool too. You normally do 4 to 6 laps depending on what track it is, and Race C is the biggest and final race of the week. That is longer tracks, longer races, which normally you have to add pit stops into it, and these are normally for fast cars like the GR4, GR3 cars, also the Formula cars, for Super Formula. So you do every week you do get lots of different combinations, which is good to see. There's one downfall about daily races. Sometimes it's quite dirty, so people make overtakes when they shouldn't do, and so on. But if you just want to have fun and enjoy yourself when you play Gran Turismo, daily races is a very fun way to play the game. Okay, so point number 4. This is also a very big point, and this is also a reason that brings me back to this game. And this is the Nations and Manufacturers Cups. So every single season, you get some seasons in this game, and every season you have a Nations Cup and a Manufacturers Cup. Every week you get a different race, and in the race you get points. So the better you do, the higher you rank in the rankings, you do get more points. And at the end of the season, your whole points get added together, and then you get an overall score, which will match you up against the top of the world or anyone on the leaderboards, also on your friends' leaderboards, so you can compare who did better in each season. So these tracks, these cars are thought about by the makers of the game, so they will think about what cars and what tracks mix well together, and they'll add them into their cups. And this is a really good way to have competitive racing. It's usually a lot more cleaner than the daily races, and usually people take this much more competitively, so you are trying to challenge yourself against the best drivers on the game, or the best drivers in your rank. So this is a very good event to play or race with if you do buy the game. Just keep in mind you do have to focus on that one. So if you want to have a mess about, just stick with the daily races. If you want really good, focused, clean gameplay and races, I would head over to the cups and test them out. Okay, so thank you if you've made it this far. I know it's been a bit of a drag, but the last topic I will be talking about is the campaign mode. I know a lot of people might not be interested, but please keep watching, because I've got a few tips about the career modes. So in Gran Turismo career mode, you don't have the hardest AI. I do know that. You don't have an in-depth career mode. You have quite a plain, simple career mode, but you do have, well, me personally, I do have a lot of fun in the career modes and the campaign modes, especially in the endurance racing. So in the endurance racing, you do have, as you probably guessed, endurance races. So you can do races up to 60 laps, 50 laps, I think 65 laps was the highest I've seen. So these races are really good, not just at racing around the track, but are really good at practicing and mastering using a car or a track. So you can really get into grips of keeping consistent as you can. And if you do want, there's also smaller races as well, an amateur cup, beginner and professional cups you can do. So there's tons of new content in the campaign mode, and there's new events that also get added every update, which is good to see too. So if you finish the campaign mode, every few weeks, every few months, there will always be some new tracks that you have to master. So don't give up on campaign mode, even if it's just a few races a week, they're still quite fun. Okay everyone, thank you for watching. This was Gran Turismo Sport still worth buying in 2020? So I have given you 5 tips that are my personal opinion, and I believe the answer is yes. You don't have to pay full price these days. You can normally get the game much cheaper. In the UK, I think the game is selling for £15 roughly right now, which is a really good deal. And I think it was £50 when it came out roughly, so it's a bargain if you pick up for £20 or below, I would say. Gran Turismo 6 will be coming out in the future, probably the PS6 days I'm guessing, so in the next few months hopefully. No one's got an idea what to expect yet, but this game still has lots of life left in it, especially with the summer coming up. You'll be able to play this game through the summer. The servers will still be very high, so I would say definitely pick up this game if you don't already. But just wanted to say a big thank you for watching. If you did like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. and also please hit that subscribe button. I'm still new to this sort of video content, making reviews, making questions, and making my content more easy to watch. But if there's any tips, any feedback you can give me, that'd be much appreciated. But anyway, I'm going to head off now. So thank you for coming, thank you for watching, and hopefully everyone has a good day. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye now.